Welcome to beautiful Paris, where I spent a couple of weeks. With visions in my head of studying the language to the point of conversational fluency, eating nothing but pain au chocolat and croissants every day, and filming so much content I'd have videos for weeks. Unfortunately, that's not how it worked out. For anyone following along, my illness that plagued me in Mexico only got worse instead of better. And the general rule of thumb is that if something is delicious, it'll probably upset my stomach. The weather was for the most part dreary and depressing, and in general, I just didn't feel like whipping out my camera much. But here is some footage from the times I felt human and alive.
Bonjour à tous. Je suis Brigitte, je viens des États-Unis, j'adore les langues et maintenant je suis à Paris. Bienvenue à France. This is the first bit of clear skies and sun we've seen this entire trip. It's so beautiful. You don't really realize how much the sun affects one's mental health, but let me tell you, weeks of gray has taken its toll. Je pourrais avoir un cappuccino avec du lait d'avoine, s'il vous plaît? Emporté? Oui. J'ai commandé un cappuccino avec du lait d'avoine. In every foreign city I go to, I have to learn how to say oat milk in the local language. Du lait d'avoine. Avoine is similar to avena in Spanish. It's nice that at least written Spanish and French are similar enough that I can usually piece together meanings, but spoken French is a lot more difficult to understand. Il y a beaucoup de patisseries et boulangeries et voignisseries, and my accent is terrible, but everything looks so tempting. My partner actually took a baking class. Well, he's taken two actually. He took one, a croissant, brioche, and pain au chocolat baking class, and the other was a baguette making class, which is good news for me. When we get home, I'll be spoiled with delicious treats. I really am in such a good mood because of the sun. And look, it's my name. What a beautiful day to be alive. Okay, here's the verdict. We've been waiting for a French school to tell us if we can take a class this week. Like it would start in a couple of hours. What do they say? They're asking if we're available for an oral test. We did an online one, but no one's available to correct it just yet. I'm scared. Are we gonna do it? We're about to do an oral language test. Bonjour.
Do you speak any French or?
Un petit peu. Je suis Brigitte, je m'appelle Brigitte, je viens des États-Unis. Maintenant, on est à Paris, on reste à Montmartre. Je parle anglais et j'adore apprendre les langues. Par exemple, l'espagnol, russe, allemand et maintenant français. Le français. Mais je crois que je comprends beaucoup de mots, mais c'est très difficile parler. Mais je comprends quand une personne parle lentement. J'ai besoin de more pratique. J'aime lire, livres, apprendre la langue. Voyager, j'aime voyager et oui.
C'est le métro. Est-ce que c'est...
Personnellement, je préfère le métro ici, à Paris, plus que New York. C'est bon ici. Mais à New York, very dirty. I forget dirty. Mauvais. Bad.
Ok. Pour autre chose?
Il n'y a pas autre raison. Est-ce que simplement j'aime les langues. Et, on voudrait habiter ici pour un an. Maybe. Bonne journée, au revoir. Well, that was the exam. We're going to receive an email and find out what our levels are and if there are any classes we can join for the rest of the week. So Tuesday through Friday, because we're leaving after this weekend. You'll be the first to know. Oh my God. Look at what I just found. Perfume, The Story of a Murderer is one of my favorite movies. I read the book also when I was in high school. I can't believe it. Every time I see the word Grenouille anywhere, I'm like, oh my God, Jean-Baptiste Grenouille. Or if I see Jean-Baptiste, I'm like, oh my God, Jean-Baptiste Grenouille. And so as I was walking by, I saw the sign and I was like, oh, that's like sort of like the name. And then I realized, no, that actually says Jean-Baptiste Grenouille. Love it. poulet barbecue sandwich, s'il vous plaît.
While we've been here, our daily routine has really revolved around getting coffee and treats, and then getting more coffee and more treats, and making our way to a museum or two here and there. So looking through my footage, it's really just a bunch of me ordering at places and or of me eating, like this.
Pour moi, un cappuccino avec du lait d'avoine, s'il vous plaît. I'm starting to realize that it may just be easier to say un cappuccino avoine instead of avec du lait d'avoine, because when I order it like that, they always say back to me, okay, un cappuccino avoine, like an oat cappuccino, instead of a cappuccino with milk of oat. What a beautiful city.
This is a famous wax museum here in Paris that holds a historic relic, the actual bathtub that radical revolutionary Marat was murdered in 1793.
Bonjour, je vais prendre un cappuccino avoine, s'il vous plaît.
Yes, ce sera tout.
The museum was fine. I'm not one who really goes to wax museums as a tourist, but the only reason I did go was to see that bathtub. But it's like draped with sheets. The sheets cover the sides of the tub, so you can't actually see very much of it. Like you see the tip of the foot and the back most part, but other than that, it's just sheets. So it's this extremely famous thing, but like you kind of want to peek under and be like, just show me the bathtub. I noticed that this guy switched to English immediately. Why? Is what it is. If you're a language learner like me and you are trying to practice the local language, like I am here in France trying to practice my French, and they immediately switch to English, what do? I'll tell you what you do. You keep going in French or whatever the language is. They can try all they want to bring it to English, but like they cannot control the words that come out of your mouth. So if you want practice, stare them down like a game of chicken and just keep speaking the language that you want to practice. Unless of course you're, delaying people behind you, there's a long line and you're forced, like not in that situation, read the room. But all else equal, if you want to practice the language, practice the language. Don't let someone else be in control of your practice. We came to the Conciergerie, a historic building and former prison, which had this really cool program where you can use a tablet to see what rooms would have looked like in the past. Technology, what will they think of next, Marie Antoinette was famously imprisoned here at the Conciergerie before her execution, and they have some items that she either used or owned, including this garment, and I am always in awe of historical things like this, and you can check out my other YouTube channel for more on that. Shameless plug.
And we are back to this weather. Full babushka style.
We eventually found and frequented this vegan bakery chain, which was a dairy-free boon for me. I mean, I could get a chimp cookie for myself then. Bonjour. Je pourrais avoir un chimp cookie emporté. The citron tart. I'm going to end the video here. Stay tuned for next time to find out what happens with the language school and whether I managed to make a restaurant reservation in French. Thanks for watching.